MicroStrategy has spent over $33 billion buying Bitcoin. While most companies diversify their assets, MicroStrategy went all in on just one. Is this the smartest move in crypto history or a ticking time bomb? Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto for Starters, where we make crypto easy to understand, even if you're just getting started. Today, we're diving into MicroStrategy's massive Bitcoin investment. We'll look at how it started, where it's going, and whether it's a brilliant move, or is it a dangerous gamble. So, who is MicroStrategy? Well, MicroStrategy is a publicly traded business intelligence company founded in 1989. They sell data analytics software, and until 2020, that was their primary focus. But then came along Michael Saylor, the company's co-founder and executive chairman. In 2020, he made a bold pivot. Instead of holding just cash on their balance sheet, MicroStrategy would convert most of it all into Bitcoin. Why? You see, Saylor believed that inflation was destroying the value of cash and that Bitcoin offered a better long-term store of value. This kicked off one of the most aggressive Bitcoin accumulation strategies ever seen by a public company. So how much Bitcoin do they actually own? Well, as of mid-2025, MicroStrategy owns 592,345 Bitcoin, purchased for a total cost of around $33 billion. At today's prices, that's worth roughly $63 billion, almost double their investment. They didn't just buy a little at a time. They took on debt, issued convertible bonds, and even sold stock to raise money for their Bitcoin purchases. In other words, they use every financial tool at their disposal to go all in on Bitcoin. Why would they do something like this? Well, Michael Saylor sees Bitcoin as digital gold, a limited, deflationary asset that can preserve value over time better than cash or bonds. Some of his key points are: cash loses value due to inflation, bonds yield low returns, stocks carry operational risk, and Bitcoin is scarce, decentralized, and mathematically sound. To Saylor, putting Bitcoin on the company's balance sheet was not risky at all. In fact, not doing it was risky. How has it worked for them so far? Well, let's take a quick look at the numbers. In early 2023, Bitcoin dropped to around $16,000. MicroStrategy was sitting on unrealized losses of over $1 billion. But by 2025, Bitcoin price has soared. And now, the company is up over $5 billion on paper. MicroStrategy's stock, MSTR, often moves in sync with Bitcoin, sometimes rising even faster. In fact, many retail investors see MSTR as a kind of Bitcoin ETF with leverage, since they own so much Bitcoin. So far, the bet has paid off, but it hasn't been smooth sailing at all. There are definitely some risks with this strategy. Let's be clear, this is not a typical corporate investment. Here are some of the big risks. For starters, volatility. Bitcoin is extremely volatile. A major crash could wipe out billions of dollars in value. They're also using a lot of debt. See, MicroStrategy borrowed heavily to buy Bitcoin. If prices fall and debt payments pile up, it could get ugly. And there's a lot of overexposure. Their entire corporate identity is now tied to Bitcoin. If crypto regulations tighten or Bitcoin fails, the company has no fallback. And not to mention the investor pressure that they face. Some shareholders worry that this isn't a responsible or diversified approach. In short, it's a high reward, high risk move, and it's not for the faint of heart. Despite all of this, there are people that are saying this is a genius move. So why do some people, especially in the crypto world, call this strategy genius? Well, for starters, MicroStrategy started Bitcoin as a superior form of money. Michael Saylor believes fiat currencies are currently losing value due to inflation, while Bitcoin, on the other hand, with its fixed supply of 21 million, is designed to hold its purchasing power over time. By converting MicroStrategy's cash reserves into Bitcoin, Saylor believes the company is protecting its balance sheet from the erosion of value, and even positioning it for exponential growth. And so far, it has worked. As of early 2025, the company is sitting on billions in unrealized profits from its Bitcoin holdings. Their average purchase price is around $65,000. And with Bitcoin recently trading above $105,000, that's a massive win. But the genius part goes even deeper. MicroStrategy didn't just use cash. They issued convertible debt and other financial instruments to raise billions of dollars at ultra low interest rates. Then they used that borrowed money to buy even more Bitcoin. In some cases, the debt was raised at under 1% interest, practically free money, compared to the long-term upside of Bitcoin. Think of it like this. If you could borrow money at 1% and invest it in something that historically returns over 100% over a few years, that's a huge arbitrage opportunity. It's basically using the system against itself, taking cheap fiat debt and turning it into a scarce, appreciating asset. This bold move turned MicroStrategy from a sleepy software firm into a Bitcoin proxy stock. Especially those who can't or won't buy crypto directly can buy MicroStrategy stock instead. This has helped boost its share price well beyond what a typical software company would command. In short, it's genius to some because it protects against inflation, it leverages cheap capital for high upside assets, it transforms the company's brand and stock appeal, and it offers institutional investors indirect Bitcoin exposure. But of course, genius and insanity are often two sides of the same coin, especially in crypto, and critics have their own take. Now, what happens next? Well, the future depends on two key things. For starters, Bitcoin's price performance. If Bitcoin continues rising, MSTR's value could soar. Then there's also the regulation. If US or global regulators tighten their stance on corporate crypto holdings, it could hurt MicroStrategy's model. Saylor has made it clear he's not selling. In fact, he often says there is no second best. He believes Bitcoin is the ultimate asset, and he's building MicroStrategy's future on that belief. But make no mistake, this strategy is not normal. It's a bold, contrarian bet, and the story isn't over yet. So, is MicroStrategy's Bitcoin play genius or insane? The truth is, it might be both. It's a high conviction move that defies traditional finance, but it is working so far. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more beginner-friendly crypto content. What do you think about MicroStrategy's bet? Is it a smart move or a risky gamble? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.